And we're live.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another podcast in a new quarter hosted by Exercise is Medicine, where we are committed to raising awareness about exercise for health and well being, along with promoting professional development in the diverse careers of sports medicine.
And for those of y'all watching us live, we encourage y'all to comment any questions you might think for our student panelists here today to answer. And you can also just post questions in the YouTube comments of the EIM's live stream.
Yep. And just a little disclaimer before we start, as always, we are not, I repeat, not medical or fitness professionals, and the information that we discuss today is just for entertainment purposes, and as such, is not to be misconstrued as medical advice.
And today, we're joined by a few of our EIM executive board members to discuss this new year and our new goals for this upcoming year. And just to introduce ourselves, I'm Daniel. I'm a third year global health major. I'm a co-professional development coordinator, and I'm on the pre-physical therapy track.
All right. My name's Alan. I'm a fourth year. I'm going to be graduating soon. Biochemistry major. The vice president of EIM. You don't see me around a lot because I'm kind of working behind the scenes. And I'm currently a pre-med.
Hey all, I'm Ashley. I'm fourth year, and just like Alan, I'll be graduating very soon here. My major, I'm a physiology neuroscience major, global health minor. My position on executive board, I'm the president. So just like Alan, also working behind the scenes. As for my future career plans, I'm on the pre-med track. I hope to go into osteopathic medicine.
Hello, my name is Alexandra. You could call me Alex. I'm a third year and I am the treasurer on executive board. I'm also pre-physical therapy and also a global health major.
Wow. Okay, so just to start off, how has this new year been for y'all? Hopefully it has been way better than 2020 so far, but yeah.
Well, for me, it's certainly been a little bit busier. I started working at a new medical office, and so that's certainly taken up a lot of my time. It's kind of like a 9 to 5 kind of situation on different days. So that's been a new challenge for me, certainly, like trying to balance that with classes and also the organization, of course. So yeah, so far it's like back on the grind right away.
Dang, pre-meds. They're always on the grind.
I feel like it's similar for me in a sense, except I think with a new year means a new quarter. So it's trying to figure out like, okay, how do I rearrange my schedule so that I can be the most productive in a sense? Because, you know, class schedules sometimes are just weird in the sense where you have like a 2 hour gap, but then on other days you only have like hour gaps. So it's like, how can I be the most productive at an hour at a time? So that's what I'm still kind of, I feel like I've gotten sort of in a rhythm, but also still trying to figure out my schedule of new things have to pop up. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's difficult to get acclimated to this new quarter, this new year, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way with Ashley. Well, time management has always kind of been like an issue for me. I mean, I procrastinate like a lot. And yeah, sometimes I let like especially my like mental health like get in the way of things, like finding motivation sometimes. So then I basically made like a giant Google sheet where I list like every single one of my assignments that I do and like I don't know, like all my readings that I have to do like in advance, and then I'd write like a little motivational thing on the side. So I think yeah, that's what I need to work on most this year, and that's what I hope to like take care. That's my main goal, I guess.
It sounds like you're on the right track though. You're sounding like really organized and you're like being motivated and that stuff. So that's good.
See, I kind of miss like the old, like in like elementary school and middle school, we used to have like planners that they forced us to make. And like now that like I actually have to schedule my own schedules, I kind of miss that, like having somewhere to like write all my stuff down, like all my homework and all that.
Me too, actually. Yeah, that was so convenient. And now you have to like buy your own planner and everything.
I know they're so expensive now.
Yeah, they are.
All right. But I guess getting back to, exercise and medicine and physical health, what was one thing health-wise from last year that really worked for you all and that you want to continue on in this new year? I think for me, I think like with everyone, I guess, when the pandemic started, people started like running a lot more, doing like more cardio, which was something I had always dreaded prior to the pandemic. I was like never on the treadmill. I didn't really do many aerobic exercises. And so that was one of the things that I started and I kind of kept consistent with throughout the year. And that's something I still do now. So like I've tried running, started jump roping. That was really fun. Doing like hit, just anything to like be aerobic, and do cardio.
For me, I like try to like walk at least 80 minutes a day, and then I like do like a couple like jump ropes for like 5 minutes, and then like do like a couple of dumbbells and that stuff. Because last year I was kind of lethargic all the time and just like didn't really do anything. So I'm trying to be like more health conscious this year. Or like towards the end I started to do that, so I want to like continue that this year.
Wait, for you said you jump rope?
Yeah.
Are you really good at it? Can you give me some pointers?
No, I'm not good at all.
I guess we're in the same boat then. I still trip over my feet a lot.
Oh yeah, me too. Or if like I really don't feel like doing jump ropes something, I just don't use jump ropes. So I do air jump ropes. Just like
yes.
it's
The
so much
phantom.
better. But
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, when I do that, I like pretend like I can do it on one foot. You know how like some people like they can
Oh
switch
yeah, me
feet or
too.
whatever.
Yeah. Or I try to switch feet. I try to, but yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I should,
I towards the end.
I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. Go ahead,
I was just
Alex.
saying, you guys should learn how to double dutch or something. Like in Jump In, the movie. Have you
But you
seen
need
that?
you need other people for that. You need like multiple people, right, to like hold the rope.
Oh,
like that.
you're right. Never mind. Forget that. But yeah,
If
go
it's
ahead.
long
Ashley.
enough, you could tie it to, oh, you still kind of need two people because one person has to turn the ropes and another person has to be jumping. I was going to say you could just like tie it to like a street light post or something. That
Tie it
wouldn't
to a
really
street
work.
light post and just limbo it.
Oh yeah, you could do that too. I was just gonna say, so I bought a standing desk to try and help me because I feel like I'm definitely prone to a bad posture, especially because like you have to sit in class for such a long time. So I had bought a standing desk, so I'll definitely be carrying that with me into this new year, and I like it. I feel like I've had to get adjusted to it in a sense, just like standing for an hour or 2 hours back to back. Um, but yeah, so far it's been pretty nice, and I feel like my back isn't suffering. I don't feel like a shrimp, you know? So that's kinda, good. But I think this quarter, what I won't take in with me is my sleep habits from last quarter, so that's something I'm trying to work on.
Yeah, 'cause my sleep habits have stayed exactly the same. And they're really bad. I like sleep at like 3 a.m. and get up at like 11 a.m. But
Yeah, I actually slept at 3 last night. Even though
me
I knew we were
too.
doing this today in the
Me
morning, I
too.
was like, live life dangerously.
Oh my God. For my sleep schedule, it's always been actually, I don't know why I've been sleeping like at midnight and waking up pretty early. That's like new for me. Usually I'm the opposite. I sleep really early and then I wake up really early. But it's like I sleep way too early, like 10, and then I wake up at like 4 or like yeah, sleeping schedule's also been a mess. Well, not lately, but anyways, one health thing that really worked for me, I think like a lot of times I like fell out of my routine last year and I was like struggling to just like do anything like fitness related, which is like it kind of threw me out of my rhythm like overall because like I just felt like bad, like oh man, I didn't even get to run or like anything with my resistance bands today. So I guess one thing I learned is like even just like a 10-minute workout or like some exercise is better than like none at all. So if I just kind of like squeeze it in there, and I hope to carry that to this year. Like,
I also got resistance bands, and they've kind of just been sitting on like my shelf for a little bit. I was like, that's probably something I should start getting back into.
It's nice to hear that everyone's being more health conscious this year, because I definitely wasn't last year, but I'm trying to be this year, so that's nice. And moving on to our next question, what are some new goals or changes that y'all are planning to implement in this new year? For me, I definitely need to try fixing my sleep habits, because soon I'll be starting to have like morning classes. So I don't know how I'll be able to wake up for that. So I definitely need to start implementing like different sleeping patterns for this new year.
I second that.
Yes.
Sleeping habits. I feel like that's something that, it's kind of like the common denominator with everyone,
Yes.
right, in college. Sleeping habits. I don't know. I feel like something about like this past couple of months in particular, it's just kind of shifted like my internal clock, right? Where I feel like, oh, like I don't really have to get up for classes. They're all asynchronous now. So I can stay up longer. And like, but I'm not like staying up for anything productive either. So that's kind of the problem. Like, it's more just like I'm staying up to watch YouTube videos. And then you know how you get into like those YouTube rabbit holes.
Yes.
Start watching a bunch of random things, and then so I definitely also agree with that. I want to try to fix my sleeping schedule so that like, I feel like getting a routine in there kind of brings me back to a little bit of normalcy rather than like staying up till 3 just watching YouTube every week. So,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the same boat as Alan, in a sense where the reason why I want to fix my sleep schedule is because as the night dwindles on, I become less and less productive. So I'm like trying to shift. But my internal clock is, kind of not agreeing with me right now, which, I think being in quarantine has definitely affected it. So I know one of the things that I want to work on in the new year is getting outside more, which is why I want to start waking up earlier so I can try and get outside before classes start or something like that. But that is definitely a project in progress right now.
I feel like I'm the opposite. I get the most work done late at night, which is why I always end up sleeping really, really late. But I can't do anything during the afternoon. I just like lay in bed and just like watch Netflix or YouTube all day. But like night times when I actually start getting all my work done. That's when I exercise. That's when I like start like studying or like doing all my homework. But yeah, like we're really opposite in that aspect. But yeah.
Wait, the question was, our new goals this year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think for me, yeah, similar to everyone else, like fix my sleeping schedule, or I think I really just want to stick to some sort of routine. And I feel like I don't really have a problem getting up early, but yeah, like I think I just have to be more like in quarantine, especially. Sometimes I feel like there's no sense of time and like everything's asynchronous. So I'm tempted to be like, oh, let me watch this lecture later or whatever. But if I just stick to like what I need to do, like life would be so much easier. So that sounds really basic, but like, yeah, just like stick to some sort of schedule rather than like feel like there's no sense of time, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Like, it feels like the days are kind of blurring in together. Without, like, I feel like the only thing that's defining how the days go are assignment due dates. Like, that's when you realize, like, oh yeah, I gotta do this now. Or yeah, oh yeah, it's Tuesday, 11:59. I gotta submit this now. That's like the only thing that's giving context to my life currently. But
to anyone watching, don't be like Alan. Don't submit your work last minute. Don't do everything last minute.
Don't do that. I'm not a good role model. I'll put that out there. But on to our next question. So how do you all plan on prioritizing your well-being this year? Because as you know, that's kind of one of the focuses of our organization. That's something that we really try to, key in on, maintaining a good well-being.
I know one of the things, which I guess I could have mentioned in the last question, was I've been trying to schedule out like just an hour for me So it doesn't have to just be like exercise or something like that. But if I just want to watch YouTube videos for an hour, I'll watch YouTube videos for an hour. But just something where I can do something that I want to do, whether it's just kind of to escape from my current work or anything like that. But that's what I've been trying to prioritize.
I feel that. I mean, like definitely on the YouTube end, I know that all too well. But also, sometimes like I don't know. I feel like back when, before the whole pandemic with school and everything, we were always kind of jumping around when it came to classes, right? Like you couldn't really find a good place to stop and take a break because like, you'd be moving to one class or moving to another or eating. And so, this year, what I've been able to do a little bit more that I've been trying to implement more is just taking like little meditation breaks or even just little naps, 10, 15 minutes, nothing too major. But that's one of the like I guess the luxuries that we can kind of do now, or at least that I can do now, that I didn't really get last year when I was on campus, just because like it felt like there wasn't a good place to one sleep without people looking at you, but also like to actually sit down and just have a quiet like couple of minutes to yourself. So I've definitely been trying to get like little naps, little meditations, little moments of peace in for myself this year, just to kind of think about the day and move on with whatever I'm doing.
Oh, that. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you can go.
Okay. Dude, I was gonna ask, have you ever fallen asleep in Geisel? Or like
I get too worried that someone's gonna take my stuff. So I've never trusted myself to just like completely knock out in Geisel. I'm always like, like how you lay there, but you kind of
that's
face
what I
towards your
do.
backpack to see if anyone walks by. That's my go-to in Geisel. Like, so it's not really like I'm always kind of on edge, I guess. It's not really like meditation or sleeping. It's more just like
I only take naps at Geisel when my other friends are there, so they can like watch over my stuff. Like I usually take like power naps. Like I study for like 50 minutes and I take like a 20-minute nap and then I like start studying again. But that's what I usually do at Geisel.
That's good.
My go-to is like the computer science building. I don't know, or computer science and engineering building.
The
That
dungeon?
place.
the dungeon, right?
Not the okay, so I know there's the dungeon on the basement, right? But like the first, second, or third floor, best floors for taking a nap, for studying. It was
Oh,
like
really?
dead silent in there because I don't know, no one wants to be there, which is fine. But it's
actually-
they have comfy couches too. So that's like a secret study spot, I guess, for bio majors because I didn't know about it until like my second year. So
I really
Nice.
miss middle of Mir. I really liked studying there.
In the
Yeah.
open? Like out in the open?
Oh no, it's like inside. It's like a little cafe.
Oh, wait, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, it's so loud in there.
I like background noise. I don't know. But okay, how will I prioritize my well-being? Well, again, I made like this Google sheet and then I wrote little like so for every single day I wrote like so I've been trying to be like more religious, so I put like Bible study and then like time with friends, time with family, time with my lover, and then like time for like random or whatever, like stuff that makes me happy basically. And if I did it for the day, I'd like check box it. So like if I fill all of it, it's like, oh, I feel really happy with myself. So I guess that's how I take care of my well-being.
Wait, that's really good. Yeah. Like keeping track of like all the good things that you did that day. Like all the like the
Yeah.
interactions with other people. Yeah, that's really nice. Oh, and for me, how will I prioritize my well-being? Um, I think I like put so much pressure on myself, like when it comes to like, academics. So like, I want to do as like best as I can. Um, so I think for me, I'll like try to space everything out. I'll like start way in advance and just like do little by little every day, so that I don't put like an exorbitant amount of pressure on myself and just like keep things slow and like at a steady pace. And yeah, so that's probably how I'll prioritize my well-being this year. And moving on to our next question. So, what's one thing that y'all learned in 2020 that you want to carry into this new year? Um, yeah. how I think to answer this question? What's one major thing I learned last year? I think, as I said earlier, just to keep things slow and at a steady pace, because I'm usually like the person that likes to have everything like super rapid, super like fast paced. Like that's just like my nature. But I think I need to like chill a little bit and just like take things a little bit more slow and like not over stress about um like school life or like other aspects, and just like make sure I take time to myself to just go for a long walk, like 80-minute walk every day, and um like divide everything into little chunks. And yeah.
Dang, that's really pertinent. I was thinking more like I learned how to use an air fryer in 2020. Um, so that's kind of like the big carryover, because oh my gosh, if you haven't used an air fryer before, right? I'm sure everyone has, but I was like late to the game. It's so easy and it cooks so consistently. Like, if you're worried about like your chicken breast or whatever being a little pink in the middle, it's like you can turn the air fryer in such a way where it perfectly cooks it down the middle, and it still retains some moisture, so it's not like you're eating a rock or something. And so, because like I guess it was a little bit more scary, at least at the beginning of the pandemic, to start going out for food as much as often, like going to restaurants and things like that. So yeah, like we got an air fryer for our apartment, and we've been using that quite a bit. And so I'm definitely going to bring that into the 2021 new year. That was the major lesson that I learned.
In nowhere are we sponsored by any air fryers, but I feel like that was a really good
But if any
infomercial.
air fryer companies are interested,
Yeah, I mean, we won't say no, I guess. I think for me, one of the major lessons that I learned in 2020, I guess I could say, the whole don't take anything for granted, but I feel like that's obviously proven itself. But I think for me, it's like I've been able to change my mindset in certain situations, in terms of like, okay, it may not seem like the best situation right now, or it may not seem optimal, but there can still be some things, positive things that you can still take away from the situation, or I guess just learn from it. So I think I guess it's changing your mindset in a sense, but also just trying to take away something from each situation. That might sound cliche, but that's what I've kind of learned in 2020.
I like that. It's like looking on the bright side, right? Like looking at everything from Alex's point of view.
No, it's a dark world in there. I'm just kidding. Am I? No, okay. Anyways, was one major lesson, right? I think I learned that like health is, without like your health, then okay, this sounds really, is this dark to say, but like without your health, then pretty much everything's like useless. Like, no matter if you're not healthy, then like, what does it matter? like, like, like your job or like other external things that have been happening. Like, what matters is like if you like take care of yourself, I guess, because yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's just what I took away from it. Like, it's important to just take care of yourself.
Yeah, I think that's very, very true. Without your health, then it's really hard to do anything, like your mental or like physical health. So like prioritizing your own health first is like essential. It's key to like living a healthy and happy lifestyle, just being mentally sane, especially during quarantine. It's really hard. So thanks. And um, so regarding EIM, do you guys have any plans or visions for EIM this year, or like do you have any goals for our organization, or what are you all thinking?
I think for me, I would like to see us do more exercise workshops, in a sense. Like, I know no one really wants to be on Zoom longer than they have to. But I think offering like peer advice, because I feel like a lot of people like in the gym, like, oh, like, why do you do that? Or like, can you explain to me like how to use this machine, or like blah blah blah. I don't know, most of the gyms are closed now, and I feel like you don't really have a workout buddy that you can go to the gym with, or like someone to give you well, I guess there's like fitness influencers and whatnot. But I don't know. I think it would be cool for us to do like even just educational workshops, like what's the benefit of this versus this, and stuff like that. And I mean, it makes it easier because you don't have to go on this random Google search deep dive. You just have all the information here, with like workshops that we could do. But yeah, I feel like that'd be kind of fun and it would help promote our mission too as well. So
Yeah, definitely. I think that would be really helpful, especially during quarantine, where everyone's like probably not being really health conscious right now. I think that would be really beneficial.
I just wanted to give a shout out to UCSD Recreation because I know gyms aren't really open right now, but like you have outdoor gyms open. I don't know if you guys are aware, like on campus, there's like squat stands on like near basketball courts and stuff like that. So if you need a place to go, or if you want a gym to work out with, it's completely free. So yeah, for UCSD students. But okay, to answer the question, I think it's to view it positively. It's like a unique challenge to, I think one thing I really, whether we would be on campus or like virtually, is to like help build the EIM community. And like Ashley said, it would be cool to have more exercise-based workshops. And yeah, the main goal is just to build a stronger EIM community.
I think also one of the things that we've been trying to work on is kind of starting a mentorship program, but for like, well, we have our own mentorship program for the college students, but we were actually looking also to kind of, you know, start getting integrated with maybe like even younger audiences, like in terms of high schools and stuff. So one of the things that Ashley has been spearheading is actually trying to get us started with connecting with a high school and like maybe even like being able to advise high school students about college and majors and whatnot. So that's one of the things I'm pretty excited for, and actually we're meeting with them soon to kind of mull things over. So that should be exciting as well.
yeah, I think it would be super cool because like Alan said, it has like that younger audience that we would be introducing some of our ideas to. And I think even for me, like if I remember myself in high school, like I had no idea that there were so many careers in sports medicine, especially because I loved sports, but I was just like, well, I don't, unless I was like a professional athlete or something like that, I wouldn't know what career options there were. Um, but yeah, I'm just glad that this organization has the ability to let people see like there can be a cross between like sports and medicine or sports and helping other people or like just staying in that sphere. But yeah, I think it'll be super cool, a super cool opportunity for us to be able to show that to folks in high school. They have more opportunities for them.
Oh, sorry, sorry for the awkward pause. But thank you everyone for watching. I think that's all the time that we have for today.
Yep. And thank you all so much for coming to our first podcast of the year. If you'd like to learn more about EIM, you can find us on all the social medias, on Facebook, Instagram. You can even view our posts, like our last podcasts, on YouTube or on Spotify or Acast. And yeah, if you're interested, you can also sign up for our newsletter. So check that out as well. But with that being said, I think we can call it here. I hope everyone has a great start to their new year. And yeah, have a great weekend, everyone.